Namaste. A warm namaste to all, and I extend you all a warm welcome on a very pleasant Saturday morning. Before I start, may I request all the people who are there in this hall to kindly keep their mobile on silent mode. It's a kind request. On behalf of the management, faculty, staff, and students, I extend a warm welcome to all the delegates to this annual conference on contemporary and topical theme, which is inclusive entrepreneurship, inclusive education, organized by MGMU Nath School of Business and Technology. When we look at the world around and reflect on the making of a developed, developing, or a third world economy, a very distinguishing element of the so-called developed economy is the facilitation and an enabling climate for entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial spirit, and the entrepreneurial thought. Look at any developed country for that matter, and that is the standout feature of a developed economy or a developed market. Bharat or India was always entrepreneurial till invasions, one after the other, played a role in curbing that particular instinct, and we became submissive to a colonial mindset. Thanks to the enterprise of the current government and the enterprise that people have been bringing in this particular country, with the dream of our Prime Minister of realizing Viksit Bharat by 2047, we have started reigniting the spirit of entrepreneurship and the enabling climate of entrepreneurship in this country, in the state, and society at large. A society develops and grows on entrepreneurial spirit and the entrepreneurial will. What differentiates a country called Japan with meager resources from a highly endowed country called Nigeria with all the resources in one being developed and one remaining to be a developed country? And according to me, it is the people and the enabling atmosphere created there for people to create world-class automobile companies in Germany, world-class electronics companies in Japan and Korea, or for that matter, the country of dreams, United States of America. The dream of $5 or $7 trillion economy and the dream of being Viksit by 2047 is not what the government can only do on its own. This is a call, or I would rather say a clarion call given to all of us that in our own small way, we become entrepreneurial in our thoughts, in our deeds, and in our actions. What is it like being an entrepreneur? This was a question that I asked myself. What does it take to be an entrepreneur? And what I understood was somebody who is an entrepreneur is wholeheartedly committed to embracing ambiguity, whereas people like me always look for order. What does it take to be an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is always comfortable being in a very uncomfortable position or a challenge position. What does it take to succeed to be an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is always working against odds with an unwavering belief in his passion, and most importantly, delivering and being persistent about it. Social entrepreneurs or inclusive entrepreneurship, the theme that we have thought about, and the theme which is highly relevant today, where we have a very esteemed set of speakers who are going to come and share their views, is providing solutions to society's most pressing problems, and those problems could be from the social sector, from the cultural sector, or for the environmental sector. These people and our esteemed guests have modeled a model of modifying our behavior. And what can be a better change in being out of the comfort zone than modeling to be the change agent? There are n number of examples of people who have been doing this, and we are extremely fortunate to have some eminent speakers today here. Anshu Gupta at Gunj, Sahin Mistry at Teach for India, Vineet Saraiwala at Atypical Advantage, Nishit Bhai Mehta at Microsign Products, Dhruv Lakra at Miracle Couriers, Aditya Arora at Fard Capital, or Hanibag Chandani at Torch IT are names and names which have made a mark in the realm of social entrepreneurship, the term which was coined by a very enterprising research-oriented company called Ashoka, operating and based out of USA. We at Mahatma Gandhi Mission University, Nath School of Business and Technology, we believe that we need to be the change agent. We need to be the change agent, and therefore we are driven and guided by the motto or the principle, be the change. Under the guidance of a very eminent board, which consists of eminent academicians and eminent industrialists, our ever guiding light, Honorable Chairman Sir, Sri Nandakishore Kagliwal ji, our always guiding light and always available for guidance, our Managing Director Sir, Director Sir, Sri Harshvardhan Jaju Sir, our faculty members, and the enabling atmosphere provided by the university, Mahatma Gandhi Mission University, we have consciously decided to embed and come out with a curriculum which is going to be a fine mesh, or probably I can say amalgamation of three important things: technology, management, and entrepreneurship. And in whatever we do, whether we do it for our BMS students, or we do it for our BCA students, or we do it for our master's program, these three remain the guiding pillars in designing, curating, and delivering courses and curriculum. Our students of BMS and BCA who are in their second year have already been exposed to important modules of entrepreneurship, not by a faculty member, but by an entrepreneur along with a faculty member, so that the passion of entrepreneurship can be ignited in them. And I'm very happy to share with you that one of the first module which was delivered by an entrepreneur, Pratap Dhopte, who is the CEO at Alexius Services. Okay. And taking this spirit of entrepreneurship forward, how can I miss out on the enterprising journey of Aurangabad and Sambhajinagar? And guys, some of you would have witnessed it, and I would probably request and ask each one of you to kindly follow our podcast series, Tejas. Tejas, which documents or which is a platform where we interact with the who's who of Aurangabad and Sambhajinagar who have done it and who are doing great to the society. As part of the podcast series that's Tejas, we have already had interactions which are there on YouTube. We had interactions with Sri Ullas Gauli, Sri Ram Bhogle sir, and Sri Man Singh Pawar. And I have gone through these podcasts. I would request each one of you to go through this 60 to 65 minutes podcast to get fine nuggets on what it takes to be an entrepreneur, what has been the entrepreneurial history of this particular place, what does it take to transition from generation 1 to generation 2, how do we prepare successors for our business, and what is the feeling and thought of the founding generation about the mantle that they are passing on to the second generation, and what does it take to succeed on quote unquote succession planning at family owned or non-family owned businesses. So these three podcasts which are already there, I would say it's like a gold mine of information on this very important facet called entrepreneurship. Without any further ado, it's again my privilege and honor in announcing and sharing with all of you that we at Nath School of Business and Technology have thought a lot in curating and coming out with this particular theme. And we thought, what could be a better way to take this particular journey forward than coming out with a theme of inclusive entrepreneurship, whereby we invite people who have been doing their great work to the society to come and share their experiences, so that those seeds of entrepreneurship or the curiosity to be an entrepreneur is ignited in each one of us. And I'm a firm believer that Viksit Bharat 2047, with the focus on ज्ञान, गरीबी हटाओ, युवाओं को प्रोत्साहित करो, अन्नदाता के बारे में सोचो और नारी शक्ति का उन्मूलन करो, ये तभी संभव है जब हम सब मिलकर साथ में अपने आप एंटरप्रेन्योर बने, उसको कंट्रीब्यूट करें और इस इकोसिस्टम को आगे बढ़ाएं. थैंक यू. I extend a warm welcome to all of you, and now I invite my colleague Dr. Sanvedhi Rane to take the proceedings forward.